Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to week one for the 2020 season of the Injustice League. This is your source and one-stop shop for everything that has to do with the fantasy football phenomenon that is Injustice League football. The epic battle between man and pigskin in order to determine who will truly be the best, the winner of the coveted SC Ameriprise Frito-Lay Super Bowl presented by Firestone. More on that later. But who really thought that we would be here today? 2020. What a year. We began it with a Super Bowl, then we went into quarantine. Now we have a wildfire. Crazy. But let's get into it. We have a few newcomers here to enjoy the fantastic world of football, and let's hope that they are crushed into oblivion with everyone else here. Now, first up in the first game, we had returning champion Brendan, myself, eke out a slow, painful loss against Simon. Only a difference of about 3 or 4 points there. Don't get too big on your britches there. If only I hadn't started Minnesota. Next up, we have Irving, who slaughtered longtime chum Mateo, 93-65. You would think that living together for all those years would have helped you, Mateo, although I guess it did with your prior wins. But in this matchup, you lose. Next up, in a story that'll just really warm your heart, we have Maggie, pregnant Maggie, who despite, well, I guess in spite of, she managed to eke out just the tiniest victory. This is the Brendan Berg Battle of the Week because Maggie beat Mike Foster. Mr. Mike, I only use the auto picker Foster by 0.05 points. Can you believe it? 0.05. If it was that small, I'd be asking for a challenge flag to come down on there. That sucks, Foster. You probably would have won against half the other league, but you went up against Maggie, who's using her pregnant powers to win football games. Then we have Greg. Greg came out with... Actually, I would have beat Greg. Fuck. Well, Greg beat the only other person with an even worse score than him. Kevin. What you doing, Kevin? What you doing? Next up, we got DJ. DJ put a resounding smackdown on Hay. 10-point difference. That was huge. 82-72. Then we have Steve Kalush playing newcomer Christopher Mosier. In this league, what we try to do is score more points than the other person. I don't know if you got that, Chris. But, maybe next week will be better. Then we have Jonathan, who after a pretty lousy season last year has come back strong, healthy, no COVID in their systems just yet. He came down on other new fantasy football player, Halsey, I understand is a friend from high school from some of our players here. Well, that won't get you far, and as you see today, I'll only put a target on your back. Now, a word from our sponsors. Now, because we are outside of my food window, I had to find a new sponsor. ZzzQuil. For when you have to sleep and those anxiety heart murmurs are keeping you awake at night. It's ZzzQuil Chewables. So remember what this is all for, ladies and gentlemen. That is the trophy. Now, this is not the actual trophy. The actual trophy has been lost to the sands of time. We had a winner once. Teo. But then he lost it. He never got it back from prior player and prior winner. He said he was on board. He said he was going to get it back, but now it's gone forever. Maybe not forever. Maybe this year, 2020, there will be a silver lining. That silver lining is that we finally get the trophy back that I spent my hard-earned fucking money on. Get it back. For Injustice. Bring back the SC Ameriprise Frito-Lay Super Bowl presented by Firestone. the trophy for us and for all of you. And with that, we come to a close. That was week 1 for the 2020 season, the cursed season that is Injustice. Back to you.